surprise stream now. Ukraine is playing France in Ukraine is playing Spain in round 5 of European Team Carcassonne Online Championships. I wasn't planning on streaming this initially because I thought I didn't have time, but I actually do. So this is a little bit of unannounced stream. So no special guest this time, but hopefully it's just you and me, and it should be something worth watching still. Alrighty, so here's the thing. This is the final round, decisive game. Ukraine has guaranteed the spot in a quarterfinals, but Spain hasn't yet. And the game's already underway. So I figured that we could just watch the pairs, the pair Oscaridis Djubjic, because we have players with roughly equal ratings, and it could be quite an interesting match. So let's just jump into it. Hi, Elias. So, in 5 minutes, that's actually incredible. That in 5 minutes these players have managed to play almost an entire game, and it looks like Oscar Bustamante, Oscaridis, has a massive advantage over here. 3 meeples, more points on the scoreboard, and this gigantic city that seems to belong to them. So Djubjic does have a bunch of blocked meeples. Yeah, it almost looks like the first game is kind of decided. So Djubjic would need this tile as soon as possible in order to do anything in this game, because otherwise Oscar can just grab points and points and points and points. So looks like a really good start for the Spanish team, because Ukraine would be, on paper, the heavy favorite going in. Well, that's because Ukraine won 5-0 against Russia, and they've won all their previous games, really. So they won 5-0 against Lithuania, I think, as well. And 4-1 against Portugal. Yeah, it's very hard to play without meeples. So we're just witnessing something very painful. Okay, there we have some valuable points to add on the scoreboard for red, and a meeple back, but it might be too late at this stage, because blue has a stronghold on the field. Blue might also consider an insurance meeple over here if you place the road like this. Yeah, or grab the field. You know, there is no wrong moves at this point, really. Djubjic trying to create an attacking platform for the city, which Oscar is ignoring at his peril. Well, will Djubjic try to connect from here? There might not be... Yeah, he will not do that because there's 0 tiles available, so this connection from the right does not work anymore. Well, this tile is everything at the moment. Djubjic's last hope. Although this field meeple, of course, makes it very hard. Yeah, and Oscaridis draws this. Definitely, this does not help Red's prospect. Some final quick points to minimize this difference. Yeah, and the last of the 3 tiles also goes in here. So it looks like Oscar got his 12 percenter. But you know, once every 8 games it has to happen, and it so just happened this was this game. Yep, Djubjic gets his stuff back, but while it's too late. And I think the score is at least plus 40, if not more. Yeah, it's plus 40. Just steamroller win for Oscar in the first game. I'd say let's stick with this one for the second game as well. Yeah, maybe Djubjic could have won at that point, Elias, but not now. Not now. Okay, they finished the game in 11 minutes. That's ridiculous. It's gonna be, I think, a very short stream and a short match. But yeah, let's just stay with these players, I think. Because the other guys are probably still playing, I would hope. Interestingly, that Djubjic dropped quite a few rating points recently. In the World Championships in the spring, he was like the powerhouse of Ukraine. He was playing every match, winning a lot. But this European Championship is not working out as well for them. Although, you know, it still didn't create any problems for the Ukrainian team getting this far. Alrighty, so standard moves at the start, and now blue gets the starting tile. It's quite difficult to continue these kind of cities, so unless you get a very lucky run out, you just want to keep this meeple forever, just add some big tiles. Interesting choice by Reds, grabbing the road instead of choosing to connect to the city. Well, that's understandable. Well, oh, interestingly, now Red has many options, I was going to say, and that's a good move, but I think just Red is playing way too fast. Not only do I have like not have time to commentate on that properly, but also, like, how do you weigh all these different options so quickly? Because you would needed to consider the connection, the block over here, the block over here. I mean, I think this was the best move after all. Now this spot is becoming a little bit sensitive. On the other hand, you do not want to protect it too vigorously, because you can get yourself blocked that way as well. Yeah, so instead Djubjic chooses just to dump the tile. Well, I guess now he needs to block this. Oscaridis. If I were Oscaridis, I just wouldn't mind having this long road. I would add 3 points over here. Yeah, that's correct, but it's good that he deliberated. So if you're Djubjic, I guess you just start a new city somewhere here, for example, and leave the city cap over here. Yep, putting pressure. And then whatever's placed here, it will put one of these two meeples at a disadvantage. Still, I like... So not the best tile for Djubjic, perhaps. Well, yeah, it creates some problems for blue, but of course... Red wanted to draw a city cap to make sure that this block comes with extra value. So now if you're blue, perhaps you want to use 2 triangles to connect to these 3 points over here. And then this block meeple would be justifiable. No! Instead, blue says, nope, I'm gonna try and complete the city. Which is a legit strategy, but red should be able to have a couple of chances to re-attack over here. Oh, first mistake by blue. So far I thought blue was playing very well, but typically these monastery moves with 4 meeples in close positions, they have to come with a meeple. Because it's very easy to waste your monastery like this. If red gets a couple of lucky tiles like now, then this monastery will end up having 5 points. And you see, now it already has 5 points. And Jubjik will now probably try and save himself, or maybe grab this city cap, I don't know, or continue here. Actually, yeah, Jubjik needs the same tile everywhere. I would probably let this city be constricted, and yeah, just build up over here. That's nice. And that's perfectly fine for red, because there's still a couple of these things. But you see, here's my point. Now this monastery already has 6 points. Then Jubjik, if Jubjik completes a city, this monastery would have had 7 points. It's quite a standard situation to use a monastery to control your opponent's city. And I think Oscar missed some chances here. Not that it matters much, because we can look at this nicely shaped flower city over here, and yeah, there we go. And another city for reds. Again, this wasted monastery looks even more enticing. Yeah, but it looks like things will be quite difficult for blue either way. Red just keeping getting points. I guess it's fair, because in the first game blue was so lucky and now red is so lucky, so it's probably going to be 1-1 after this game, and I guess we get to watch some kind of balanced decider. I'm not sure about which moment you were talking exactly, Elias, about the straight line law. But just to explain to, in case anybody else is watching us, the straight line law is, well, basically a unwritten rule that helps you estimate the blocking odds. So normally, if you can use the straight line to either block or save yourself, then you are the one who benefits. Then you are the one with a higher odds of achieving your objective, whether that be whether you're on the blocking side or saving side. Oh, Oscar here with some nice runouts and probably back in the game. By the way, such stuff, 22 meeples, definitely drop a field meeple, because you're leaving a city cap, you're connecting yourself to a 6-point field, yeah, and now I think both players missing too fast and sometimes missing some opportunities. Yeah, good block over here with extra value. Oh yeah, the straight line law, it's basically, if for your configuration the straight line fits, then you have typically a higher percentage. So if you block, you want to make sure that your opponent cannot save themselves with a straight line. Why a straight line specifically? Because it's a very common tile. There are 8 of those, and it's not flexible, so you can't, unlike a curve, you can't turn it. So you have limited opportunities. Again, red missing an opportunity to drop a field meeple over here, because you know that this is coming. But it doesn't matter. It's just such a high point scoring game. Everybody gets all the tiles they need. It's like the opera of Carcassonne. You get a tile, and you get a tile, and you get a city. Yes, I completely agree that red should have prevented this city from being completed. It was possible, but if but it's not possible to do if players just keep hammering out moves as if they were Melvin Quaresma. As much as I love monasteries, I'm not sure if this is the best move over here, because there are not too many tiles left until the end of the game. This field is worth 12 points, and probably it was already time to attack the field. I mean, there's still this connection over here, but Oscaridis with one move can sort of prevent this. Or Oscaridis can start closing down field connection, putting over here, or indirectly protect his city. It's a decent tile to work with. Actually, it's unclear who has the advantage now. Yeah, closing off one connection. I guess if you're Djubjik, you need to go for quick points, but not here, of course. Don't add one more city to your opponent's field. You need to take the quick points here. Well... Oh no! Was that a misclick? Or is Oscaridis trying to join this 6-point farm? It looks like a misclick because, I mean, you wouldn't really make such a risky connection for such a small farm, right? I guess Djubjik with another misclick because I cannot explain this move. Otherwise, I assume he wanted to drop a field meeple. It's just okay. Very entertaining so far. Not sure what is going on. Okay, now it's gonna be a field meeple, right? Yeah. So we managed to sort of fix the misclick, but you know, you're not gonna have misclicks if you play slower. Just thought. By the way, an interesting situation might arise over here. Red might choose to connect the small farm with this big farm over here. If he gets two curves, but the question is, are there even two curves in the game? Well, Djubjik gets a second monastery, which he will put over here. I cannot imagine him doing anything else. And now Oscaridis. Very quickly with the block here. Is that a block? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so there's still one that fits here. What about straight lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there were more. Okay, so he did reduce some chances. Grabbing stuff. Ooh, Djubjik now I guess wins with this because it's a move that worth +9, and +9 is a lot. Yeah, this misclick is going to end up being quite costly. Well, luckily for Oscaridis, he will get to score a bit of quick points before the end of the game. Oh, and Djubjik just gets +6. I assume that's what he gets, right? Yeah, high risk, low reward. I assume that was what the connection that you've mentioned, but that looks like a misclick because there were still tiles to finish that city. So it seems to me that Oscar was just trying to get some city points, which would then make it quite a decent move. All right, I think Red should have it by like +15. Oh no, it's only +6, so I guess I missed something. Maybe this field was more valuable. Yeah, so you see this misclick over here was a little bit costly for blue, and this coin flip that red ended up losing, that red ended up winning. But good news is 12 minutes per game. It's like 4 minutes per person. That's something. So this means that we get to see a decider, and probably after that we'll get to see some more games. So, you know, the more games, the better. All right. Oh, by the way, the reason why we're watching Oscar from Spain as opposed to somebody else, because they actually have offline achievements as well. He represented Spain at the World Championships this year, if I'm not mistaken, and also is this Spanish national champion, if I'm not mistaken, and also with other players from Spain. I'm not familiar that much. Wait, why am I doing this several times? Okay, it's fine. So they probably already played half a game in these 2 minutes, but we'll try to... Okay. Okay, Djubchik now will get the advantage with the monasteries, but it's an interesting question where you place this monastery. Yeah, that's a good move. For years, I would place the monastery over here just to have more immediate points. But the thing is that you want to have your two monasteries like this, directly to each other, not diagonally to each other, because that way they share 1, 2, 3, they share 4 squares as opposed to sharing just 2 squares. And you want your monasteries, obviously, to share a lot of squares. Now Oscar gets to control these 2 monasteries of his monastery, so this means that Oscar should not put any tiles here, but he should start putting tiles over here and kind of just benefit from what Djubchik does. Ooh, I'm not sure about this move from Oscar. Oh no, I guess I can understand this, yeah, but it creates this connection opportunities. Oh, so is the game? So is Djubchik gonna just win this outright? Oscar will need to find. Okay, you drop a field meeple with moves like this, but never mind. Djubchik might place a monastery over here just to cover up his city, and you would definitely want to prevent connection. Instead, he goes over here and makes a mistake in my view, because you can't waste monasteries like this. You make these moves with a meeple. It doesn't matter if this connection is blockable, because it really isn't. All 3 remaining starting tiles are still here. Like, you can't really do much to this connection. Now, if you're Djubchik, you have a decision to make. Well, do you just make this city into an incomplete city but build it safer, or do you do something else with this tile? Well, there is... Nah, not this. There was a more useful move with this tile. I think you could have put it over here, trying to harass slightly the blue monastery, and also start pre-building the road over here, because, you know, you are probably the one who will manage, who will, you know, end up putting this tile. By the way, in the meantime, Red's probably... already decided the fate of this duel. Well, let's see. Can blue fight back at all? Probably they need... Okay, so that's one way. You block opponent's meeples. Step 1. Let's hope that this game becomes as close as possible, because that's like so much... Such a high variance game. I guess if it's Djubchik, it just takes 3 points. By the way, if you're Reds, the thing that you have to recognize is that you don't need to fight for fields, because you definitely want to avoid things that are high variance. Elias, can you remind me what a dodo was in Carcassonne? I keep forgetting this. Oh, is that the dodo? Like, is that the type of the city? I know it's a type of city, but Yeah, I always keep forgetting the terminology. Yeah, in the meantime, Oscaris is really trying hard to come back into this game. So now what needs to happen is Oscaris needs to get a straight line, drop a field meeple over here. On the next move, he needs to get a monastery with a road and drop it over here. Otherwise, I don't think this game would be salvageable. Yeah, in the meantime, Dubček just keeps attacking this field, which I think is fine, you know, because it forces blue to work harder for the field. But still, the field is not enough. You have to come up with a way to score some quick points. For example, so 1, 2, 3, there's 2 of these city tiles left. Just start building this city over here. I mean, you can just hope that it will work out. And also you can use this city for a field connection. So let's say you start this city. Yeah. Well, yes, you could do like this. And now you need to take this city, of course. I mean, that's so risky. Dubček not taking the city. That's just... How could you not take this city? Yeah, there we go. I think Oscar is just... Yeah, that's the right spirit, but you can't... Well, you need to meeple the city first. Yeah. Well, a juicy 9-point field. But it's really hard to do anything if you're blue at this point, so... You need to come up with something quite crazy. Well, will we see a field meeple here? Oscaridis? Yeah, there we go. Will we see a response from Dubček? We do. Also, red starts pre-building and 7-point road. I mean, it's definitely a clear way to convert. I probably might have considered doing something a little bit different. I would have just ignored the field whatsoever and started building cities. But, you know, after you complete a city like this, it's not like there is much else left that you have to do. Well, Oscar at the very least managed to tie this huge city, and Dubček will now finish this beauty over here. Unless he chooses to fight for the field, which would of course be a mistake. Ah, no, Red is making some efforts. Red hopes to lose the game, not recognizing that he does not need the field to win. So this meeple could just end up scoring an insufficient number of points. And now we can already start counting. Let's say if blue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins this field outright, it probably will still not be enough. But the thing is, like, why would blue take these 4 points instead of taking this road? It's... Yeah, well... Doesn't help blue that red got a little bit lucky over here with this connection. I don't think there were many straight roads left. I'm not sure if there was even one. Well, if there is one left, then I guess blue has to reconnect from here. Yeah, there is one. So blue has to risk hard, reconnect from here, take the field, and then, you know, do something else in your next move. Something like that. Yeah, well done. So now I guess all we have to do is get the right tiles. So far it's working out. Red didn't get anything that would be particularly valuable to them. Maybe blue's chance would be like this. If blue gets this move, so this means that would be the penultimate move. And on the last move, they score, they take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 point road. But that probably would still be just a couple of points short. Yeah, so that's the problem when you're far behind. You can still get lucky, but it will just not be enough. Okay, well, he does get the stuff. Huh. It's actually, I think red wins, but now it will be a little bit closer than I thought. Wait, or does red win? 24. Oh, by 1 point. Oh, wow. That's... Okay, at least we had a close game. Seriously, well done, Oscar, for making it close, and congratulations to Djubjik, who I think is Yaroslav. Yeah, on winning this game. But you see, it's a classic situation. Red actually risked a lot by playing that way. The difference ended up being only 1 point, just because red, instead of hammering at points, ended up trying to fight for the field, ended up almost losing the game. It's a classic thing, like when the players get married to the field too much. But on the other hand, it's made for some entertaining Carcassonne. Okay, so the score is 1-0 for Ukraine, which means that we can now have a look at the other duels. All right, it appears to have been an incredibly quick match, because we just finished watching this duel, right? And all the other games has already been finished, and Ukraine won in all of them. Like, that's and also, yeah, Ukraine won 2-0 in all of them. So actually, Oscar was the only one who managed to win at least one game from Ukrainians. What a stunning performance from the Ukrainians. So congratulations to Ukraine on qualifying automatically for the quarterfinals and really dominating Group D. And for Spain, we will have to look at the tournament table a little bit and see if anything can happen there. So yeah, so for Spain, things appear to be not good, because they really had to win this game to qualify as... so it says that Russia has 1 win, but... yeah, it's... it looks like Spain will be quite unlikely to qualify. as Russia has already won Portugal, so this has not been updated yet. It's actually 2 wins for Russia, 2 wins for Portugal. Although we'll have to wait for the results of one dispute, and 1 win for Spain. But Spain's not last. They managed to win more duels than Lithuania, so probably they're going to... Well, actually, wait a minute, because they now lost... Oh, so this game actually mattered a lot, you see? Because Spain now lost 5-0 to Ukraine. So now their duel difference is -10, not -5. So this means that Lithuania will jump up 1 spot, at least, and Spain will likely remain in the 5th place in Group D. Unfortunate turn of events for Spain, but yeah, well done with putting up a fight, and good luck next year. Thank you everyone for watching. Maybe we'll be back for some more round 5 games soon. Maybe not. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.